in Europe, so to speak, and ask them your questions. I'm now calling to the floor Konstantin. Where did Konstantin disappear? Here he is. Konstantin is going to develop what we talked about. It's about multi-screen. You have all of these screens, and then you have to try to quantify a solution so that you can make them accessible to the viewer as he chooses to, from your big TV screen in your room, to your tablet, to your smartphone, to your computer screen. So multi-screen strategy is something that is absolutely critical, and we're delighted to have Konstantin, as CEO of Dune, tell us how it's going to work.
Здравствуйте. Nice to meet you. Ну, я постараюсь быть, скажем так.
Good afternoon. I will try to concentrate on the main topic without any generalization. I will focus on set-top boxes and media players and their role in the delivery of multi-screen content. This is the main content of my presentation. I will try to define media players. Then I will categorize multi-screen devices. Then I'll speak about media players and set-top boxes in the context of service providers' business. I will discuss the ways to integrate those devices, the advantages of the hybrid approach, comprising both set-top boxes and media players. I'll say a few words about the advantages of co-branding. Media players are devices orientated at the retail market, capable of displaying or replaying video and audio content on different devices. There are different types of media players. They are different in terms of both hardware and software, starting from entry-level devices that can only work in local area networks and all the way up to complex devices with the support of Blu-ray, featuring hard disk drives. These specs are not here for you to read them. The biggest difference between a media player and a set-top box is in that the media player is designed for broader use by a broader range of people buying those devices in retail networks, very often not knowing why. These devices have to be able to replay all kinds of content in all kinds of formats, audio, video, images, and so forth. And here you can see standard specifications of a media player. Set-top boxes are normally designed to help specific operators provide their specific services. They are not designed to support a huge number of content types. This is the main difference between the two. As far as multi-screening goes, it is about being able to use different devices in order to consume different kinds of content from different providers. In the mobile devices such as handsets and tablet PCs, smartphones, computers and gaming consoles, and connected devices such as TV sets or smart TVs, set-top boxes, and media players that I mentioned before. If we compared all these devices against each other, and tried to position them for home use, we will have to say the following. Mobile handsets are designed to consume content on the fly. Of course, they have a number of limitations from the perspective of home use, which limitations include small screen sizes, limited audio quality. As to smartphones and tablet PCs, they are designed for personal consumption and are not really good and convenient for collective viewing, which is explained by their small screen size. The advantages of computers include general availability. Everyone has them. Someone mentioned before me that people prefer not to use computers to consume content, video content, in their homes. Normally, people spend up to 8 hours on using computers at their offices. On the other hand, there is huge diversity in terms of hardware and software, operating systems, browsers supported by them. There is a big diversity of applications. Without expensive add-ons, PCs may be very noisy. Moreover, they are not really cozy to use them in home theaters. For home theaters, people prefer different appliances, which are pretty expensive. For telecom operators and intellectual property owners, they believe that it's kind of a problem to ensure copyright protection, IP protection on PCs. Now I would like to compare smart TVs and media players. What's the difference between them? Very generally, a smart TV set is a good old TV set that is used as a display to display video and audio, but it's also a media player, 2-in-1. Therefore, there is no major difference in terms of hardware between a smart TV set and a combination of a traditional TV set and a media player. However, there is another aspect that should be paid attention to. That is considered now to be a limiting factor. I mean the support of formats. Normally, TV manufacturers confine themselves to specific formats. There are also vendor-specific plugins that differ a great deal. To make a service available for all, it is necessary to rewrite applications to make them compatible with different vendors' products. This approach is orientated at OTTs, which is kind of competition for telecom providers. CAS systems are only available through CAM modules, which adds to the cost. The number of DRMs is quite limited and determined by a TV manufacturer exclusively. One of the worst pieces of news for operators regarding smart TV. There are companies that manufacture TV sets and those that manufacture set-top boxes and media players. The former and latter having their own requirements that have to be examined, looked into. The set-top boxes and media players, it is on purpose that I am combining these two in the same slide. It is the same type of hardware, although distributed differently. Set-top boxes being distributed by service providers, while media players are distributed by retailers. So it is about a broad range of content codecs, SCB and media player manufacturers always follow the requirements of service providers in terms of their products' look and feel, doing their best to bring their products in line with what operators want. While end users' attitudes also differ. Interestingly, people buy media players in retail networks for specific purposes. And in doing so, there is a guarantee that consumers will be using what they buy. This graph is very important to comment on. This is information provided by Topology Research Institute, a Taiwanese marketing group. Here there are forecasts for global TV, smart TV, and 3D TV shipments. Interestingly, by 2014, the share of smart TV will not be bigger than 50%. Only 20% of smart TV buyers use the smart TV functionality. As percentage of the total number of service provider subscribers. Therefore, today the operator should not focus on applications for the hardware that is available in the market. However, the topic of set-top boxes is still here, and in order to cover the market properly and make sure that all those who want services get them, it is still necessary to continue developing the S2B business. Well, that's everything that I wanted to mention. Thank you very much.
Now, the way we're going to work this is you have a question, you have several questions to any of the speakers, hold them. We're going to ask them at the end. All right, please hold your questions. It's not fair to Konstantin, and it's not fair to anybody. They have so much to say, and so little time to try to pack it so that every one of you has the information which you've come here to get, and the information which you've come here to try to understand. So now I have to call the next speaker, Yakali, who's going to talk, and Konstantin, you did mention, there's more?
Just the last page.
Oh, last page, okay. You did mention something about rights management, and I'm sure that our friend will talk about content protection as NDS has made it a specialty. So Yakali is going to talk about OTT, over the top, as an alternative or an evolution of IPTV. Now, where is he? He is here. And again, I'm going to be unfriendly, so to speak.
No, I understand.
If you do.
One thing that even though I'm presenting NDS, I'm not going to speak about DRM much.
Okay, so you're not going to speak about DRM. Okay.
For a change.